This is 100% going to be the stupidest video that I ever make, but somebody has to ask this question. Why is this a thing?
Tell me 5 things the people do not know about Lil Yachty that they need to know right now.
I don't eat fruits or vegetables.
What's your veggie intake?
I don't eat any vegetables at all.
I don't eat fruit. I don't eat fruit.
The only greens you eat is lettuce on a burger. Damn, that's so true. I definitely don't like vegetables. I honestly don't eat vegetables at all. Oh, is this a carrot? It's so gross, dude.
Why are these multi-millionaire rappers and singers seemingly bragging about not eating their fruits and vegetables? Those were just a few examples, but I swear I've seen this kind of thing a dozen times over the last few years. The consequences and ramifications of them saying this stuff is obvious. It's disgusting to completely avoid eating fruits and veggies, your body's gonna fall apart, you probably smell like battery acid, and I hate being this guy, but with the influence that these people have, look at the example that they're setting for kids. And this is the part where somebody that's always been super anti-hip-hop comes in the comment section and says, oh, you don't care about the influence they're setting with their provocative lyrics and talking about violence and blah blah blah. And no, I don't really care about that stuff at all. What's gonna be more likely to have an effect on a 9-year-old that loves Lil Yachty? Yachty flexing on a song and making some empty threat about punching somebody in the jaw like everybody else in hip-hop? Or Yachty looking into the camera and saying, I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it since like 2nd grade. I eat pizza every day for my whole life. That's just my life now. And I'm shocked that Chance the Rapper, with all his preaching about religion and, I don't know, whatever else he's always talking about, that him of all people is on this train of vegetables are gross, I don't eat vegetables, I need to lose a bet with Megan Thee Stallion in order to eat some broccoli. And sure, some of these musicians might have good excuses about why they didn't have varied and colorful diets when they were kids. When he was on Hot Ones, Lil Yachty, who by the way had never even tried hot sauce up until this moment of time, which is just insane, he explained that his mom worked non-stop and the easiest thing for her to pick up on the way home was a pizza. And that does make sense. When you're in a tough situation like that, and you don't have the time or money for any kind of food education, that's where fast food and takeout pizza can become a serious problem. Kids grow up with terrible diets, and I can imagine that it's hard to break from all that sugar and fat when you start growing up and making food decisions for yourself. But here's the thing, these musicians are not in those situations anymore. Very clearly, they are not in those situations anymore. They have enough money to hire personal chefs and dietitians, so Doja Cat, Yachty, Chance, please have an apple or some spinach. And I'm not asking for a full album about grapes or the joys of eating a tomato, but imagine if every now and then there was a clever line thrown in about eating some asparagus or a kiwi, or at the very least, in an interview, talk about eating healthy instead of eating pizza for every meal. That may sound stupid and unrealistic, but let me give you a few examples of why I think this could be normalized pretty easily. As the years have gone by, hip-hop specifically has been getting much better at going against classic rap stereotypes, and people are starting to embrace good, healthy options instead of doing whatever people thought was cool before. Talking about mental health is definitely something that comes to mind here. Whether in songs or interviews or whatever, musicians like Kanye and Kid Cudi are opening up about their struggles with anxiety, depression, and so on. And speaking of Lil Yachty, he's actually doing some good in a different part of the healthy spectrum. People like him and Vince Staples are open about not doing drugs or not drinking, and how it doesn't make you any less cool to be straight edge. And do you know how many rappers are vegan, or at the very least some form of vegetarian, or they've done ongoing cleanses and stuff? Waka Flocka, vegan. YG, vegan. Jay-Z, sometimes a vegan apparently. DJ Khaled, annoying but mostly vegan. RZA, vegan. Andre 3000, PETA's sexiest vegetarian of 2004, Common, pescatarian, and so on. With so many rappers opening up about self-care, whether or not that stuff may be seen as cool by the majority of people, Is it hard to believe that we could get some bars about the benefits of fruits and vegetables? Imagine Waka Flocka's song Lurkin', except there's lines in there about how fruits and vegetables are low in calories but high in fiber and water content, and they'll fill you up throughout the day, therefore you won't have to eat fatty foods that are bad for you. I'm sure we could workshop some lyrics and make some adjustments, but you get my drift. And I'm sure that you'll be excited to hear that there are some do-gooders in hip-hop's past and present when it comes to discussing healthy diets. The New York rap duo Dead Prez are no strangers to songs with positive messages. Within their lyrics, they used to talk about social justice, Marxism, and all things anti-establishment. In their song Be Healthy, you can hear a few health food related bars.
I don't eat no meat, no dairy, no sweets, only ripe vegetables, fresh fruit and whole wheat. Besides
them, for popular rappers, Action Bronson is always talking about food, and that's a top-notch athlete right there, so... And remember Casey Veggies? I don't remember him talking a whole lot about eating healthy, but his name being Veggies probably helped a little bit. Then you had Rick Ross and that meme about eating pears, which, come on, you know that at least a few kids were like, alright, let me try this pear out, and see what Rick Ross is talking about. And maybe you're still wary about the idea of more rappers promoting healthy foods. Dead Prez is, well, very old school, so maybe they weren't the best example. And then Action has a little bit of a niche fan base, sure, but check this one out. Here's a song and music video made by kids called Grow Food that talks about urban farming and the benefits of eating fruits and vegetables. And it's certainly much more modern than the Dead Prez example. This whole video has only been a little bit of a joke. While I don't really expect YG to start rapping about eating kale salads, I seriously hope that the musicians that are so against fruits and vegetables change their ways, and the rappers that are for fruits and vegetables are a little bit more outspoken about it. I think they could do some serious good in the world, and hey, in a time where Old Town Road can become the longest running #1 song ever made, I don't see why Grow Food can't be a hit too. Thank you for watching that video. It's probably the most sort of off-topic thing I've ever made on the channel. I don't really talk about eating healthy every now and then, but it was just something that was on my mind and I felt like talking about it. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on social media at RentshawHS. You can buy my merch, support my Patreon, and thank you again. I'll see you soon.